Why, hello. Let's do some more Zero Hour. Probably this one. Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked towards door 7, while Clover, Lotus, and I headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Lotus laid her hand against her chest and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Then shall we go?
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
Okay. Hurry!
Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, the bracelets beeped. Detonators in the bracelet had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei, turned to look towards him. Eyes
June.
met.
Jumpy.
They nodded. Farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing?
Someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. With the sound of the numbered doors slammed shut behind him. Bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
81 seconds left. Hurry!
No, it's probably took a couple seconds to even say that, probably more like 78. Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead. Jumpy and Clover followed her as fast as they could. They found that one pretty easily.
It stopped.
With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof, perhaps. She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Jumpy and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity.
What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys.
Initially 12? Sarcasm seemed a little more biting than it was. Perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake. Too late now. I better.
Literally, Lotus said she was going to take her through the door with her and find her. I know she was just trying to get her to side with her, but taking a moment to catch his breath, Jumpy followed.
Oh, it's a dead end.
See, I wasn't sure with Lotus. I feel like she's going to betray me at any minute, so it keeps me on my toes. The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead
There's
end.
a door on the left, though.
For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it. Laboratory. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
Laboratory? Huh.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Me either. But there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei.
Yeah, 1 second. Junpei.
Huh?
Please. You first.
Thank you. Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Fine.
Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into the wall made it possible to see all the other sides of the division. Rio, are you still chippering, man? I got my blanket all over you and everything. I know, it's been chilly today. Yo, kid.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
No, really? What makes you say that?
Maybe it's for monitoring something.
Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
Wasn't sure what else to say. Center of the room, shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table.
It looks so creepy.
Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up next
It's
to him.
kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
Ooh,
It's creepy either way. You don't think that thing's gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying.
Gripping her arms, knuckles, and her hands white.
Wait, where's Clover?
Still standing near the entrance to the room. Face has the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and something sad.
What is she-
Somehow sad. Something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and as kindly as he could,
Are you
spoke.
okay?
Clover looked
What are
away.
you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet.
What? I can't be quiet if I want to?
Well, I mean, of course you can. I just...
Okay then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment, and
Junpei,
suddenly,
you just don't get it!
cry took Junpei by surprise and he stumbled backwards a few steps alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind! Something happened to him! Something bad.
Yeah,
Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned toward them.
What happened?
Clover's eyes lit to Lotus, then back to
Look,
Junpei.
just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk away
Hey,
quickly.
Wait, Clover! Hold on! That way is...
I told you to leave me alone!
Might as well have been talking to a wall for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made it for a doorway cut into the wall in front of her. Not even slowing down, she passed through the doorway.
Clover, watch out above you!
And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, stealing Clover in.
What the heck?
Portcullis, sorry.
What's going on here?
Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on! I'll get it open.
Oh, for crying out. You'll never do it on your own.
Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined them. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but
Damn it! It's not moving.
Wait! Are you gonna give up? Just like that?
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it.
Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. Seek a way out. Am I under Elden Ring? Still? My bad. Sorry, I'm pulling up my phone because I have my dog on that. Elden, nope, not Elden Ring. This is 0 Hour Escape. Nope, it's 0 Escape. 9 people in that, yeah, that one. There we go. Update. God, he's good. Okay, where are we? She's in the room with the mannequin. Junpei, do something, please. Please. Window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Silver handrail. Regular handrail. ethanol. I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says hydrolysed ethanol. Anhydrous, or sorry, hydrous ethanol. Anhydrous. Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's a common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. Can even erase marks left by a permanent marker. I think a lot of stuff can leave erase marks from a permanent marker, honestly. Ethanol is used in some alcoholic drinks. Doesn't mean you can use booze to clean up the marker graffiti. I don't know about that. I'd rather drink it than use it to clean. I won't drink that. I'm not gonna drink it. Do we really gone through door 3? A whole bunch of steel lockers. None of the right all have the logo red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Can't hurt to give these babies a try. What about the other 8 green lock doors? Anything important in there? Lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. See if there's anything useful in here. And no, nothing. Any games on it? This is the Clown Buda. The power isn't on. There's a power button. Waste of time. What? Now let's see a power cable? Oops, yeah, you're right. A power cable. The thing isn't connected to the main computer, though. Got a monitor, keyboard, mouse, but that's it. Thinking the power cable isn't gonna do anything. I don't know about that. The keyboard. The mouse. Keyhole. Keyhole for the activation key. I think this thing's supposed to power the machine in the other room. Doesn't appear to be doing that. Wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. Really old type of keyboard. The hands on the clock have stopped moving. Clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. Need to figure out a way to get out of here. There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of these. Well, I can say for sure that I know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? The one on top. I think it's a power cable. Power cable, huh? I'll take that. Definitely a power cable. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? It's locked, come on. Green light right below it, although that one isn't lit. Turn on if we can unlock it, right? I bet, but how are we gonna unlock it? No keyhole, no card reader, and no keyboard for putting in the password. I have no idea. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen angle over here. I think somebody probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only used the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Erase ink from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. Can I toss this to you? I don't believe so. It's like an examination table. Creepy mannequin here, guys. I think this thing is a monitor for whatever experiment they were running here. Bunch of stuff on here like resistance, value, and voltage. Power is off, so there's nothing on it right now. Wonder what this is. This thing here looks to be a voltmeter. Is this? I just bit my lip. And is this the control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them on? Nope, nothing. No power here, guys. Turn the dial a whole bunch, but even if I turn all the switches on, nothing happens. Wonder what they washed here. There's all these weird color stains all over the sink. It's a rack. Bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside. She all quiet now, and they were doing experiments on humans. Probably. Oh man, she looks sad. Question mark. So one of the cables need to be connected to the monitor. Other end needs to be plugged into the under the desk. Alright, let me just slip you in. Oh, well shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? Cable has 3 prongs, but the socket only has 2 holes. Not gonna fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're gonna need a plug to change the power cable to one with 2 prongs. That's right. Stand for various pieces of equipment, some of them might be useful. I wonder what this cable is connected to. One side of the thing is in the room with us. The other side of it extends into the laboratory where Clover is. In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. 2 levers here, do you think they activate something? Why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. Nope. Doesn't look like anything happened. Cardboard boxes, there's some paper and stuff in them. In the boxes, they look quite full. As far as I can tell, it's just a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments. It's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. Is there like a spot I can slip something in through the wall? Hey Clover, a door over here too? Wait, I'll be right there. Can you hear her over there? Is the door gonna... Darn it. Can't open it. Clover, what about your side? It won't work. Can't even move the knob. This drain is for water, huh? Well, there's nothing here. Clover uses ethanol. Should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Ah, kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that, you're scaring me. Right now, at the moment, you're the only person who can depend on. You can depend on. I'm trusting you with this. You trust me? What kind of special? Are you gonna do it? Use the cloth on the table? Use, huh? Soak it in the ethanol and then use it to wash off all the stuff on the permanent marker, okay? Alright, okay, so we gotta soak the cloth with ethanol. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Soak the cloth in ethanol and... Jump pay. It's working, it's wiping the permanent ink off. Huh? Some kind of weird drawing under all the permanent ink. Let's deal with the drawing Clover found. Maybe I should ask her to take another look at the table. Wonder what this is. Bunch of numbers and some kind of grid. Can't see from here. Clover, you got a pen and a notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and hand them to me through the bars? Okay. Roger. Here, Junpei, I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers on it acquired. New material has been added to the file screen. You want this cord? To the file screen, had a whole one. The note Clover copied from the stand in the laboratory. It has 4 numbers written in 9 separate cells. This is the Shrouchi encounter? Do you want this, no? How are the power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Plug at 3 prongs or 2? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me look. She does have to kind of crouch down and get a look under there. Cable in the monitor has I've got 2 of those little metal things. What does that mean? That's it. There's no ground, kiddo. You can unplug the cable and bring it over here. Okay, but well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Darn it, that's no good then. How about just the plug? What? The plug? Well, maybe more like a connector. Sort of thing that makes the plug from 3 metal thingies into 2 metal thingies. Still useless. Not useless. Not useless at all. Which is what we need. That's what we've been looking for. Okay, can you hold on to it for a little bit? Can you hold on a little bit? And then back down she goes. Alright, unplugged. I'll hand it over to you at the bars, okay? Here you go, the 2-pronged plug. Thanks. Put the 2-pronged plug at the head of the power cable. There you go. Fits perfectly. This should be just what we need. Alright, I got the 2-pronged power cable in my hand. Pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. I thought Lotus came up on the screen for a minute. Turn the power on. I don't think anything's going to happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. Never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Junpei pushed a button on the front of the monitor.
Oh, that worked.
With the soft helmet turned on. Streams of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen. Updating RSF file, meg dir, meg BC, 27.3 seconds, start.
What?
He had hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this.
It's running on its own?
It certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda weird?
What?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working?
Maybe it's a wireless display.
What are you... Clearly this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus.
A wireless display?
Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
No one would use those. Or am I insane? Not like a main computer. Surely it had not,
Is
but...
that normal?
Yes, at least where I worked.
Oh.
Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Looks like we need to enter a password.
Again? There must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
Lotus?
Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down onto it, in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen, knitted her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left and then right.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at an incredible speed, the click-clack of the keys running together like a machine gun fire.
Wait, what?
Junpei was for one and lost for
Didn't
words.
expect that, did you?
Wow, to
Of
type?
course I didn't. You're typing so fast. I can't even see your fingers.
Lotus grinned, pleased with herself.
Well, at any rate, you're pretty amazing.
Did you fall for me again?
Whoa. What do you mean again? I'm not into you.
I know. Don't be so stubborn, shy boy.
I am not being stubborn. I am not shy, and I am not a boy. I am a young, healthy, 21-year-old man. I'm not gonna fall for an old lady like you.
Wow, man. Suddenly, the guttural roar of a furious animal filled the room. Or so Junpei thought, just for a moment. Lotus's hand suddenly stopped and her shoulders stiffened.
Old lady. Did you just say old lady?
Oh crap, thought Junpei had went too far. Oh well, it was a nice life while it
I've had
lasted.
enough of you. Go somewhere else. You're bothering me.
What?
Go see if you can find a password hint or something. I'll try and open this from here. You're distracting me. Go. Now.
Lotus waved her hands in the universal gesture of dismissal. Junpei was clearly not wanted.
Fine. I guess I'll go.
I'm gonna cut my losses, Junpei thought, and let the quiet left as quietly and inoffensively as he could. Junpei wandered around the room for a while, looking for anything that might help find the password for the computer. Fortunately,
Nothing. No clues whatsoever. Clover didn't find anything useful in the laboratory either. Damn. Looks like we've hit a dead end this time.
just as he was about to tell Lotus that his search had returned nothing,
All right. Bullseye. Junpei, I did it.
sudden cheering erupted from near the monitor.
What?
He hurried back to find Lotus, looking rather smug.
Let me see.
Gestured for him to take a look at the screen, and he did. Strange text from before it was gone. In its place was something entirely different. 9 squares arranged in a 3 by 3
What
square.
is that?
I don't have any idea. It just showed up after I cracked the password.
You think it's a puzzle?
Certainly looks like one.
As she spoke, Lotus stood up.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, I can't do anymore. It won't let me do any more programming. See? The keyboard. Nothing. So, there's nothing more I can do. Well, I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, all right? I did my part.
Well,
Wasn't sure what to say to them. Certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, they probably would have run completely aground. Shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself.
yes, you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. Make sure you know when you should thank people.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Said that out loud. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. All right. You're really snoozing away, aren't you, pup? As long as you're cozy, I don't care. I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? I love to reach for my tea, but like that's. I'm not gonna wake my little puppy up, man. Come on. Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where do they come from? Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green. We must have unlocked it with a computer puzzle. Is there more than one key in here? This one is small and looks like it goes into some sort of machine. This one has the Earth symbol on it. And the Earth symbol matches the keyhole in the door of the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now as for the other key. Just at that moment that he heard a voice behind him. Clover.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
Put the puzzle aside for the moment and walked over to Clover.
What's up?
Well, never mind.
Hey, hold on a minute. What does...
Sorry. Just forget about it. It's nothing.
Before he could say anything else, she spun around and ran back down the stairs.
What the hell was
Ellipses. They're waiting a few minutes to see if she would return. A few minutes? Junpei sighed, shook his head, and went back to the searching. Give it a few moments. This key, this shape sure doesn't make it seem like it goes in this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Okay, the monitor is on now. And it's full of letters. We don't need you anymore. Oh, so we don't want to return the cable? Showing some kind of warning? Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Typing on this keyboard isn't doing squat. Alright, Clover, I leave the rest to you. Only thing about this room that's changed is that the lever is down now. Not very impressive. Is it down? Could have fooled me. This is the monitor. Whole lot of cables under this table. Jumpy. This thing is here, in here is on now. It's because we activated the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll turn this dial here. Turn, turn, turn. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. Should ask her to look around the room again. Mannequin lying on an exam table. I can't really see it very well from here, but it looks like there are a bunch of electrodes sticking out of its head. A rack. Some cables on top of the copper with the copper wire exposed. Scribblings from the table already. Where's the voltage? Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage. Hey. Wait, Clover. Oh, crap. What? I think, oh my god. The mannequin said. Sounds like a fire alarm. Yeah, what the heck? Fire detected, fire detected. The emergency system will be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Jumpy, look at the light. Yes, it's green. Emergency system is activated and disable the lock. Now we can save Clover. Jumpy, come on kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, the smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover, are you okay? Are you hurt? Cough, cough. Dang, she's coughing so hard that she can't even talk. Cough. Of course I'm not alright. What the heck took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. Sorry, I was going as fast as I could. You two can do this later. Right now, we need to get the heck out of here. Fire's not going to stay in the room forever. Whoa, I never got my Streamlabs open, kid. I can't even reach my mouse. Maybe I can reach my mouse. I got it. Okay, we're good. Streamlabs. Alertbox. Launch. Almost done. But tea gonna be cold probably, so goodbye tea. Okay. Junpei, Clover, and Lotus leapt out of the laboratory, slamming the door shut behind them.
Whew,
Punt,
thank
punt.
God we got out of there.
Yeah, finally.
Oh, yeah.
All three collapsed against the wall, breathing heavily. Junpei's heart was pounding in his chest, and his whole body felt weak. He inhaled gulps of clear air, and with each one, he could feel his body begin to calm down.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Nodded to each other and started off down their hallway. Before long, they found a few new doors, but all of them were locked.
Damn, none of these open. They're all locked.
How about that one?
The final door sat in the corner of the hallway.
Let's hope this is the door with the prize.
Junpei grabbed the door handle and was about to pull it open when a voice cried out behind him. It was neither Clover nor Lotus, but he recognized it. No doubt the voice belonged to.
Jumpy!
Huh?
Spun around. There at the other end of the hall, Junpei saw human figures running towards them. What's up, Bobo? Three of them.
June? Santa! 7!
He stopped short in front of Junpei and his companions, gasping for air.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
What? But we didn't.
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of the small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to where curious as what she'd found.
Hey, on the wall.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And. Door 8. Yep. They both eventually end up at this hallway.
Which is where the door with no number was at. And door 3 is on its own thing, it seems like. I mean, there is a door there, but... In fact,
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9.
is you snoring already, kid? Again?
That's how the nonary game works.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. This leads to.
And he looked at it more closely. His surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
yeah.
As one they all moved back towards the door Junpei had only a moment ago been ready to open.
Almost forgot. We should keep this.
The Earth key of the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in its pocket and followed the others. 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward, took hold of the door, and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
I'm gonna open it.
Nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. Poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
They were just where the map had said they would be.
Back. In the hospital room.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory, and then met one another in the hallway after opening your respective locked doors.
Looks like anyone might, after only just waking up, but it seemed that his brain was working as well as ever. He had managed to grasp, summarize, and understand each team's report.
At any rate, I feel a bit silly for my little show of altruism. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head with a rueful smile.
Well, we saw each other again and we ain't dead, so I say that's good enough.
7 smiled.
Anyway, I say we get out of this creepy old place. We found the key we need.
The key?
Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here.
7 tossed something small and metallic towards Junpei.
Nice catch.
Jeez.
Caught it and found the object was a key.
I see. So this is Jupiter.
On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. Looked over at June, who nodded back. It had to be this Jupiter symbol.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright?
Yeah, on it.
Junpei tucked the new key into his pocket.
So, how many unused keys do we have now?
There's the Earth key we found in the laboratory.
Bobo. Near my cord, kid.
The Saturn key card we found in the kitchen. And the Jupiter key you just gave me.
Junpei tucked the new keys into his pocket. June spoke up.
The Jupiter key is supposed to be for the door at the end of that long straight hallway, right?
Yeah. If the map's right, then it connects to the central staircase. Then, next to the stairs,
Wait!
They were the first words anyone had heard out of Clover in quite some time. Her face suggested they weren't going to be very happy
What
words.
about door 3?
look, you saw the map, right? It's the same as 7 and 8. It just lead us back to the big hospital room. There's no point to seeing what's on the other side of that door.
There is a point. At least there is for me.
There were tears in her eyes, but she glared at Seven as hard as she could. Just the same. Looked very much like a frightened puppy. Wasn't a man alive who could have resisted those eyes. Seven looked everywhere in the room except at Clover and muttered and coughed apologies under his breath.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Snake might be on the other side of door 3.
Clover nodded once. Next person to speak was Ace.
Very well. I'll be coming with you then. I've had a nice long rest. I think it's time I was up and about again. So, Seven, you'll help me, won't you?
Huh? Me?
Junpei did the calculations quickly in his head. 4 plus 1 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 plus equals 3. The 7 was doing them too. Or at last he gave up.
Damn. Well, I guess that's how it's gotta be. So I'm going with you, huh?
Yes, you are.
Alright, let's get moving.
And so it was decided that Clover, Ace, and 7 would discover what lay beyond door 3.
Okay, we're heading out.
Be careful.
Whoa. Didn't think I'd be hearing that from you, Lotus.
Don't let it go to your head. I'd be in trouble if the 3 of you bought it. The rest of us can't open the 9 door.
Ah, the truth comes out.
7 nodded as if the answer made much more sense and pulled the lever on the red. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay, we're off.
Door opened, Ace, Clover, and 7 jumped through it. 6, 7, 8. After exactly 9 seconds, the door closed noisily.
All
Noisily.
right, we should get moving too.
Huh?
Get moving.
Where are we going?
Everyone except Lotus seems rather
Well,
confused.
it would be a waste of time to just sit around, wouldn't it? Let me explain.
Oh, I get it. We're gonna see if we can get anywhere interesting with the Jupiter key.
Yes. If we're lucky, we might find Snake.
They were at the end of the hallway lined by individual hospital rooms.
And here's the Jupiter symbol on the keyhole.
All right, Junpei, open it if you please.
Yeah, on it.
Junpei pulled the Jupiter key out of his pocket and slid it into the keyhole. He twisted. With a nice sharp click, he felt the door unlock. Junpei sucked in his breath, held it, and opened the door as quietly as he could. Inside was exactly what he'd expected to see from the map of the ship's interior. They were in a tremendous hall, almost like a ballroom, with a massive central staircase.
Great, back to the beginning. You sure this is a good idea?
What do you mean?
Well, we already searched every inch of this room, didn't we? I'm asking you if there's any reason we came back here.
Bro, do you listen?
Of course there's a reason. Man, sometimes I can't tell if you're smart or just lucky.
Huh?
This.
Junpei pulled 2 things out of his pockets.
The Saturn key card. And the Earth key? I'm lost.
Santa cocked his head into one side like an inquisitive bird and looked at them. Several moments during which it became apparent that Santa had no idea what the card meant, June took pity on him.
Don't you remember, Santa? On C deck, where we are now, there was a big elevator behind the stairs, remember? And next to the elevator, there was a card reader with the Saturn symbol on it. And on A deck, on the door to the left, there was a keyhole with the Earth symbol on it, I think. So, the 2 keys that Jumpy has?
Should let us use the elevator and the door on A deck. Huh.
Yes, that's right.
June smiled, pleased with herself. So does Santa.
All right, I got it. Let's get started then. What do you say we split into 2 teams? Lotus and I will search the Earth one, so you 2 can search Saturn, all right?
Sounds good. Then you guys should take this key.
Junpei handed the Earth key to Santa. They decided that their initial search should be
We
brief.
have no idea what's on the other side of these. So don't go too far. Just search for 10 minutes and come back.
Plan decided, the 2 teams split it up. Junpei and June headed for the elevators.
There's a card reader next to the left elevator.
Then let's try out the Saturn key card.
Good job. A light on the upper left corner blinked to life.
Great! It looks like it's working now.
All right. Now, how do I call the elevator?
Single button to the right of the elevator door.
Oh, it only has the upside down triangle on it.
I guess there's no up button. Well, we may as well try pushing this one.
The door slid shut, and they heard the grinding of a motor as the elevator car moved it down.
It opened! Look, Jumpy!
June's voice was excited, but Junpei could hear a tinge of anxiety.
Sweet! It opened! Let's get going.
He grinned at June and stepped towards the open door. As he was about to set foot in it, he felt a hand on his arm.
Wait!
What?
I'm not really, I just, oh gosh.
Junpei was at something of a loss. What could she possibly be frightened about? Did you see the elevator? She was probably afraid of. She was afraid because the only elevator button pointed down. That meant, of course, that the elevator couldn't go any higher than the floor they were on. As he thought about it, Junpei realized he hadn't seen elevators in the A or B decks near the central staircase, all of which meant the elevator could only convey them to the lower decks.
Come to think of it, the lower floor, D deck, is completely underwater. An elevator heading to a submerged floor. That is pretty scary. Hey, wait a minute. This elevator came up from somewhere under us, right?
Well, yes, I guess it did. It didn't open right away after you pressed the button. There was a motor noise like it was moving, and then it opened.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, take a look inside.
Bro, the door would not be open the entire time. Junpei jerked his head towards the interior of the elevator.
It's not wet at all, is it? The walls and even the floor are totally dry.
Oh, you're right. They are.
She looked around the elevator, slightly embarrassed.
Well, let's test it.
Test it.
Yeah, watch this. Now, I'll just put one foot inside the elevator and look over at the buttons. Oh, there's only 2, E and C. All right, I'll push E.
Pushed the E button and jumped out of the elevator. Doors slid shut, and they heard the grinding of a motor as the elevator car moved down.
I think I can hear it opening on E deck.
Okay.
Can
That's
you?
done. Now I'll just press
When
the
D
button
deck's
again.
submerged by water, you can hear the... Unless you can hear it in the elevator shaft, I mean, sure, but I'm not sure how you... A few moments later, the elevator returned.
Yep, not a single drop of water to be seen. See?
Junpei couldn't resist puffing at his chest just a little bit. Juno, however, still looked confused.
What does that mean? How can E deck be safe if the D deck is full of water?
Well, here's what I think. The elevator shaft and E deck must be watertight and separated from wherever the ship's been punctured. Here, let me show you.
Pulled out his notebook and pen and sketched out a rough illustration.
I see. So is that why the ship hasn't sunk? The shape of the inside keeps it all from filling with water?
Yeah, I think that's what's going on.
Junpei continued talking as he closed the notebook and slipped it back into his pocket. we're approaching slash marker territory, so I'm gonna do it now and give it a little save. And I can't move, but I'm gonna take a minute to. Well, I don't know. I got food arriving in like a couple minutes here, so maybe I should just chill. We'll see what happens. Anyone take a minute. Save. Yes. 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 I'll be right back.